Welcome to Soul Harmonics Healing Temple and Cosmic Classroom.
Hello, my loves. Welcome to my consciousness space. I am Jenna Ashna Love, and this is Cosmic Classroom. Much love to all of my family out there across the globe. Star seeds, earth seeds, light workers, all of you, come on into my portal. I am so excited to be here with you on this journey during this incredible, bittersweet, transformational consciousness shift that is taking place on planet Earth. Many of you who know me know that I speak truth. I oftentimes will share some controversial topics that many are afraid to speak about. I acknowledge both light and the dark of our creation, and I think it's very important during these times that we discuss both sides of the spectrum. So we have to understand that, the law of polarity, the law of opposites, right? This is what exists within this universe. And so we have the divine masculine, the divine feminine, we have the dark, we have the light, we have the electro, we have the magnetic, right? And together they become one. Okay, and so going a little deeper than that, we have this inversion that is taking place on planet Earth. There was an invasion of negative alien intruders on this planet. The human Christos race and the starseeds who are here for this reclamation mission during this time are highly targeted. And the sacred divine union, twin soul, aeonic pair couples are very highly targeted during this time. And that is going to be the topic of our conversation here today. I would like to discuss this inversion a little bit further and some of the things that these negative beings are using to target humanity during these times, specifically the twin soul, twin flame, genetic equal couples. So we are going to discuss divine union, twin flame, twin soul, aeonic pair, genetic equals. And we are going to talk a little bit about the importance of these relationships during this time as a activation and key code for these times of ascension. Okay, so let us just for a moment connect our hearts together in this space. For all of you tuning in, I would love for you to put your hands up in front of your heart, directly in front of you, so that we can beam light into each other's fields, into each other's light body, setting our intention and setting this space, surrounding it with love and light, calling on all of our benevolent teams, the eternal source of God, our guardian races, our benevolent teams and star family. We call upon the crystal star aurora frequencies from Andromeda, who are hosting our ascension during this timeline shift. We call upon our personal spiritual guides and all angelic beings who are guiding humanity and guiding us personally during this shift on planet Earth. We ask that you surround us with your love, your light, wisdom, guidance, protection, healing, and enter into this consciousness space, into this container, protecting us from negative entities, negative outside influences, vampirism, black magic, negative targets and attacks, cords, hexes, curses, spells, artificial intelligence, and all that is not aligned to the holy frequency of the eternal living God source field of light. We are all here together, holding space with the intention to expand our consciousness, expand our hearts, to open and flower, to receive, give, feel more love during these times, as it is our heart, our connection to our soul, our spirit, and that intention to be of service that is a generator of very high vibrating frequency of light that is assisting in the activation and ascension of the entire human species during these times. Thank you, Holy Presence. And so it is. So when couples unite, genetic equals, aeonic pairs, these are the true twin souls, the true twin flames that come from the same seed point. They are the masculine and feminine counterpart of the same whole. And these connections have been so rare on planet Earth up until now, since the neutron window opened, that connected us back into the 0 point source unified field in 2012. And so in the New Age, there's a lot of misconception about, what a twin flame really is. A lot of people are being confused. They're thinking they're meeting their twin flame. And what they're really doing is they're meeting their karmic partner, perhaps a soulmate. There are many different variations of relationships occurring on this planet right now. A true twin soul, twin flame, genetic equal couple that is joining together specifically for this mission on Earth to be Christic together, to activate their Christos blueprint together, to transcend all of the density in the lower centers, to fully be way showers of God simultaneously together in divine union. This intention and this activation and drawing in of this couple, of this divine partnership, is so sacred. And so many have to realize that when we draw in our twin, when we draw in that sacred divine union with someone else, there is a prerequisite for that. Because these types of relationships occur when we have reached a certain level of frequency and vibration and light accretion within our own personal light body. And so prior to us expanding our consciousness, activating our heart, doing the shadow work, and healing all of those lower center emotions, majority of the time we are attracting in karmic relationships that are a direct frequency match to the current vibration that we are in at that time. Okay, so all of us on planet Earth, we have been, in a very low frequency on this planet, unfortunately, for a very long time. And we've been stuck within our personality matrix, stuck within our negative ego. We are filled with trauma, with suffering and grief and all of the things that we've been carrying lifetime after lifetime. And we've came here during this incarnation to transcend and transmute and heal all of those things so that we can devote ourselves to the Christic path, to service to others. And we could expand our consciousness beyond this third dimensional reality, okay? So many of us, prior to doing the work, to get ourselves at this stage and higher dimensional frequency band in the next harmonic universe, right? We are bringing in people, places, things, events, situations that are a match to our current frequency. So a lot of the people in the New Age, they haven't done that work yet. They haven't transcended the lower centers. And so they're attracting many karmic partners and they're mistaking them as if it's their true twin flame. So when you meet your twin soul, okay, there is a higher activation within your body, both of you. There's a lot of karma that has been transcended. And you have raised your vibrational frequency enough to call in the divine union, because that calling in, right, that manifesting and pulling in that sacred union is very high vibrational. So you have to be at a certain frequency wavelength to attract that divine union within your life. And so when you get together with this sacred partnership, you become individually and together, you are taking your bodies and you're merging them together in union, in sacred marriage, sacred spiritual marriage. Because what's happening is you are both transcending above third dimensional reality. You are balancing your inner masculine, your inner feminine in perfect harmony, first within yourself, then within you and your partner together. So this is called hierogamic union. And this is when we merge our inner Christos and Sophia together as one. This is a prerequisite for our personal ascension. This is the merging of the pair of opposites, merging of the polarity in perfect divine union. And when you come together in these sacred divine relationships, you are truly transcending above 3D. You're transcending above your lower center emotions, materialism, and you are coming together to be a generator, a transmitter, a receiver of higher plasma, cosmic, divine energy that is flowing through your bodies. And you guys are becoming an acupressure point that grounds in these high oscillating codes within your body and within the crystalline grids, within the stargates, within the nodes, that is amplifying the frequency on planet Earth for this ascension. So twin union couples, sacred union, divine union couples are such a blessing right now on this planet. And it is starting to happen more and more. This is something that was very hard to achieve. But now that we've reached a certain level of light accretion on planet Earth, more people are pulling in their divine union partnership and having these sacred spiritual marriage connections. And so you literally become a way shower of God together on a spiritual path in full dedication and devotion to God's source, to being of service to humanity during these times of ascension. This is a very sacred union, okay? And so these relationships, because they're so sacred, because they're so powerful, because they are generators of light and power into the crystalline grids, these connections have become a target. They are one of the most highly targeted on the planet. So anybody that is on the spiritual journey, that is raising their vibration, doing the work, and has expanded their consciousness beyond the third dimensional control structures and have become a glitch in the matrix, they're a major threat to the negative alien agenda. Okay? Starseeds who are holding highly advanced DNA with more activated DNA strands. Okay? The indigos, such as myself, I'm an indigo starseed. We are pulling in 6D, sixth dimensional indigo ray into our bodies. Okay? We become a major threat because we are system busters. We are here to speak the truth, share the truth, and raise the vibrational frequency on the planet to assist humanity in, the liberation of the entire human species. We're a threat. And then you have these beautiful twin flame, divine partnership unions that are coming together that are a major threat, because when they come together, that amplification is so powerful that they become a huge threat. And so they are hijacked and they are targeted, majorly targeted. Okay? So how are they targeted? How are we targeted? This is so important that we understand this. We cannot spiritual bypass these very important topics. We all need to understand the nature of the negative factions and this matrix and how it works. We have to understand the polarity game. Okay. So when these divine unions come together, they are immediately attacked. And so some of these attacks can be very subtle. These are things that, you're thinking you're doing great. You have ascended, in your consciousness. You've expanded. You've activated your heart chakra. You've healed so much of your pain and suffering and your trauma and your karma from your cells and your DNA. And you feel like, wow, like I'm doing really well. I feel really great. I feel really expanded. And you're in a full role of service, right? And your partner feels the same. And so the attack will literally be so subtle that all of a sudden you both are together on your divine union as way showers of God. And all of a sudden you start fighting out of nowhere for no reason. Or all of a sudden you have negative thoughts coming in your head about your partner, that you don't like them anymore, or you don't want to be with them anymore, or, oh my, oh, you're so ugly. And all of a sudden you just start speaking, negative things to your partner. You don't even understand what's happening. It's just coming out of left field. So there's this electronic harassment that takes place where the negative controllers are using electronic harassment directed. We many of you know what's taking place on planet Earth right now. There's a lot of directed energy weaponry taking place. Okay, so a lot of these directed energy weapons are also through electromagnetic frequencies, radio waves, ELF waves, very low frequency waves that they can beam at you through satellites, through your phone, through your computer, and they will target you and literally attack any weak spot in your light body, okay, in your auric field. They can attach themselves to you. They can have negative entities working through portals of other people to try to attack you and break you both up. Okay, there's a lot of subtle things that many aren't aware that it's actually taking place because, like I said, it's sometimes hard to recognize. Now, I can speak of this with conviction because I am in a divine union partnership for 14 years. And we've had these experiences firsthand, okay, that were very uncomfortable. And we had to bring into our awareness what was actually taking place to us. And when we learned of this twin flame hijack and twin flame targeting, we knew exactly what it was. And we had to strengthen our fields together. We had to strengthen our awareness and our understanding. And we had to first know that it was actually happening. And that way we could use the spiritual tools that we have, used in our entire relationship together since we've been on this ascension path in full devotion and dedication. We could use all the tools that we know through amplifying our light together, connecting back into our heart center together, amplifying the higher heart chakra together, and really just being in tune to these potentials and paying attention to our thoughts, paying attention to our emotions, and really making sure that we know, is this mine or is this the hijack? Is this the attack? Is this the target? Because the target is really, really intense, okay? So many of these relationships, I've had people come to me because they don't understand like what's happening and how to change it, because the hijack is very uncomfortable, because they really try to break us up, because they do not want us amplifying the light and activating the hierogamic union codes, the Christos Sophia codes into this planet, into the crystalline grids, because this is what's helping assist in our ascension on planet Earth. So one of the other things that takes place, okay, and how they actually know is that when we start to activate our light body, okay, our chakras, we start to balance our chakras, and we start to align ourselves with our direct vertical pillar, where we are beaming and bringing in direct access to the platinum light of the God Source Unity field within our bodies, within our light bodies, okay? We start activating our light, okay? Now, the negative aliens are controlling us from the fourth dimension, okay? That's right above us, 3D, 4D. 4D is the astral realm, okay? So the negative aliens have been working from the lower fourth dimension astral realm. So it's basically like a glass ceiling where they can see everything and everyone and what we're doing, okay? And how they target us mostly is through the color coding of the activation of our chakras. So they can see when somebody is vibrating in a lower frequency of the red wave spectrum. Okay, so this would be the first chakra. The second chakra is the orange wave, and then the yellow wave is the third chakra. So majority of humanity has been vibrating low frequency waves within the lower three chakras. This is all about survival and our sex and our ego. And majority of humanity, we have been in this lower, what's called personality matrix for a very long time. So when we plug into our soul, okay, the seed of the soul, we automatically start plugging back into our heart chakra. And it starts to expand and open and flower and activate a very bright green. And as we connect into the higher layers of our heart chakra, which is in the thymus gland, this is actually the 8th chakra, the colors start to become very blue. And so when we connect into the soul layers, we connect into the heart chakra, this is the soul matrix. This is 4D, 5D, and 6D. We start to activate and amplify those higher colors. We start bringing in the blue and the indigos, right? And so the negative aliens from the 4th dimension can see this occurring. They can see the lights being activated when we have an epiphany, or we expand our consciousness to more wisdom, or we open up our heart chakras more, or we expand to our soul. They can see this happening, okay? So as we continue to expand higher into the monadic layers, which is what starts to take place when we achieve this divine union with another sacred aeonic pair and genetic equal, twin flame, twin soul, right? We start to activate the monadic layers of our chakras and of our light body. This is 7, 8, and 9, okay? Dimensions. And so now we're activating violet ray, we're opening up, right? And so as we come together in more light accretion and more love and more harmony and more balance, and we are coming together in that divine union, we start directly pulling in these platinum rays of light within our light body. And these negative beings can see this occurring, okay? So I always like to equate it to, there was a game, I believe in the 80s, that was called Light Bright. And it was a light bright board that every time you would put a peg in the board, it would get brighter and brighter and brighter. It would light up, right? So from the 4th dimension, looking downward at humanity, they can see when another one of those lights gets turned on. So there's like bing, 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 bing. All of these lights just keep being turned on and activated. And so they can see this occurring and they monitor it. And what do? They attach a tag, what's called an astral tag. They tag you. And so from the 4th dimension, they can now mess with you. They can target you through electronic frequency, through mind control mechanisms, through thought control, right? They can manipulate your thoughts. They can manipulate through your dreams. They can start activating your weak spots in your shadow. Like if you haven't transcended your shadow self, they can literally reactivate your shadow self, your shadow form. And they can start basically harassing you and attacking you in every way possible. And like I said, sometimes this can feel very subtle. Other times it can feel very intense. Now, I have been through both sides of the spectrum where I didn't know that this was occurring. But then when I started to really pay attention, I could feel it with every ounce of my being. As a matter of fact, I'm highly targeted now. And I and my partner, my beloved, we have to use very strong shielding. We do 12th dimensional shielding that bathes us in the 12D Christic frequencies. And we do this several times a day together. And we pray and we meditate and we eat well and we raise our vibrational frequency. But most of all, we are very, very in tune. We have sharpened our intuition, our higher sensory perception abilities, where we can actually see into the fields. We are activating our different multidimensional stations of identity. We've expanded our third eye. We've expanded our crown chakra. We are getting direct communication now from our higher self and from source. This is a practice. This takes time. It takes a lot of devotion, a lot of dedication, and a lot of effort to transcend your lower center emotions, to transcend the density so that you can activate yourself into these higher states of light where you're accreting more light into your being. And it's becoming a bubble of protection to protect you and your partner in this divine union against this external harassment from these negative invaders. Okay? So some of the things, like I said, they can be very subtle, but what you want to do is you want to really continue each and every day to work hard on your own personal frequency, right? How are my thoughts? How are my emotions? Am I still triggered? How are my reactions? Do I still need to forgive people, right? You want to work really hard on raising your own personal light accretion. And you want to make sure, that your physical body is purified. There's many different things to this ascension journey, okay? So many aren't realizing, however, that to really attract your twin soul, your twin flame, your divine union partnership, it's a different caliber. It's a different frequency, okay? Everyone in the new age, everyone thinks they're attracting their twin flame. And that is, it's just not how this works. It's just not how it works. And what people need to understand is that you will eventually attract your twin flame. You will eventually attract your soulmate and your soul tribe and your soul family. Instead of worrying about that and focusing so much on when is it going to happen, you need to worry about your own personal frequency, working on your shadow form, your shadow self, your inner child healing, your self-mastery, first and foremost. And then, as you keep doing the work and raising your vibration and practicing self-love and being of service to others, you're raising your vibration, you're feeling really good. Before you know it, you're going to activate your light body at such a high degree that you're going to pull in everything that is a match to that higher frequency. So you're going to pull in your twin soul. You're going to pull in your twin flame. You're going to pull in your soulmates. You're going to pull in your starseed tribe. All right. So everybody just needs to understand the hijack. They need to understand that we are in a spiritual war against the human, Christos, Diamond Sun DNA, angelic human race. Okay. This is a spiritual war. So as much as there's light, there's dark. And we've lived in an inverted system where we have to understand about the hijack, the targets, the inversion. We have to understand who we are dealing with here. These negative, alien, negative faction, soulless beings who have given up their ability to organically ascend, okay? They are trying to fight for control of this planet. They are trying to manipulate, hijack, hybridize our DNA. They're trying to split us apart. The more we come together, the more we activate our light, the more they're going to keep trying to target us and hijack us. So it's very important that everybody just first and foremost knows that this is occurring. Don't go in fear, however, because that is what they want. Because as soon as we drop into fear, we're dropping into their frequency. So we need to just stay elevated in our love, in our heart, in our expansion of consciousness, in our yearning to know truth, in our yearning to be of service to God, service to others, our yearning to be compassionate and loving and kind and forgiving and empathic and sympathetic to the needs of others. And the more we continue to amplify that love frequency and activate our heart chakra, which eventually will activate our sacred crystal heart chakra, the higher heart in ourselves and with humanity, the game's going to be over for them. Because nothing is more powerful. Nothing, I repeat, nothing is more powerful than the activated heart, soul, and spirit of the human race and the starseeds. We are so powerful. These negative invaders are not going to win, okay? They have wreaked a lot of havoc in our lives and on our planet, but they are living in an inversion. So they are living in an artificial matrix of antichrist, entropic, finite creation that is not eternal. They're not eternal, they're immortal. And so they're using artificial intelligence to try to keep themselves alive because they have given up their ability to organically ascend, okay? So we are tapped into the crystal spiral. We are Christ consciousness beings, okay? the more you tap into the Christ consciousness frequency, the more you tap into God, you're going to keep activating and elevating and plugging into that original organic source of creation, which is infinite. It's infinite. It's infinite. And we become eternal living light souls on this eternal journey. But you have to stay connected to your heart at all times. You have to stay connected to love. You have to stay connected to source. First and foremost, source is everything. Source is why we are here. So we are connecting back to source. We are connecting back to the law of one, and we are connecting back to our soul, to our heart, to our monad, and to our avatar. And we are learning to become divine humans while in this body. So I hope that this message was helpful to all of you that have tuned in here today. So if any of you have any personal questions, or you would like for me to maybe do a Q&A one day, email me personally at awaken@soulharmonics.org. Okay, I am here if you need anything. I have many beautiful offerings on my website if you need any spiritual guidance or assistance. One of my specialties is doing an awesome life review analysis where we really get in there and we see all the disharmonious aspects that maybe you have brought with you from your past life, all of your blocks, your karma, your trauma. And we really dig in there to do the deep soul and shadow work, okay? I am available for spiritual mentoring. Check out soulharmonics.org if anything resonates with you. It is my honor to be here during these times, to be of service to you and to humanity. I work each and every day on my own self-mastery so I can embody more light and I can raise my vibrational frequency and accrete more light to anchor in these codes, to assist in this liberation. And I am fully devoted to my path alongside of my beloved Hierogamic Union twin flame sacred partner. And we together are in full devotion to you, to humanity, to God during these times of ascension. And so it is my honor to be here with all of you. And please just stay strong, stay courageous and brave. Don't give in to the fear. And make sure you take responsibility and accountability for your own thoughts, for your own feelings, for your own actions. This is a time of self-truth, right? To really recognize what is blocking us from raising our vibrational frequency to the highest degree so we can access these higher Christic codes that are coming into the planet. But we have to cleanse and clear and purify, transmute and alchemize all of the things in our body that are going to prevent us from accessing our ascension body. Okay? So be easy on yourself. And I'm so happy that you all tuned in here today. So let us just take a moment now to seal this container. Thank you, beloved Holy Presence of God, for being with us here today, for allowing me to be a conduit and vessel of your love, your light, your wisdom, your guidance, as I anchor in these wisdom codes and expand my heart frequency and my light accretion to help heal the world, to help heal the heart and souls of humanity. I ask that you protect all who tune in to my consciousness space, all who come into my fields. May you bless their hearts, hold their hands, guide them for the duration of this ascension on planet Earth. Keep them safe and grounded and protected in your loving, holy light. We all pray together as we beam our intentions and our consciousness in hopes that we can be the best that we possibly can be for all of humanity. Sharing our light, sharing our love, sharing our wisdom. With you, God Source, at the forefront. We are way showers of you, servants of you, conduits of you, of your love, your light, and your guidance. And so I ask that you continue to bless all hearts and souls who tune into my frequency, knowing that we are all safe and protected in your bubble of platinum holy light. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I will see you next time on Cosmic Classroom. Many blessings. I see you, I honor you, and I love you.